Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. In today's video, we're gonna go over my Platinum Arena reset from this week. Now, I haven't been posting for the last few weeks because you know how it is. Sometimes I'm doing it, sometimes I'm not, depending on my daddy duties, you know. Do I gotta feed a baby early on today or no? So, I've been kind of like on and off with Arena, and I want to see how much the meta changed for the last few weeks, months to say so. It doesn't feel like it changed at all, but still we're gonna have a look to see how everything kind of looks like it, you know. So let's jump straight into it actually. So I've recorded my push as usual. This time around I've actually put a placement on the left side of the main screen instead of the other screen. So like this, I'm covering the black borders basically. So it looks a bit cleaner on the screen. Plus, seems like I'm doing a free advertisement to the Mad Clan right here because there's so many on the list. So I think we're gonna have to start charging them a fee pretty soon. Basically, let's crack with it, guys. This was the defense that I used. I changed it quite a few times depending on how my defense log was looking like. You know, if I was getting hammered or no. We were kind of like going back and forward, changing the defense. Now, you do have to start to push Platinum Arena much earlier than before. I gotta say, in a way, it's more enjoyable because you don't do it for the last 10 to 15 minutes. You actually go in there 30, 45 minutes, a bit more, and have a bit of fun, you know? Now, yes, the meta didn't change at all. UDK is everywhere. I know everybody's just focusing on the couple, but UDK is everywhere. And we're gonna discuss more about this towards the end of the video. And I'm still going with a good old Turvold, you know, like there are teams that can farm this a bit faster. For example, if you have a double Taras, which is so freaking broken, right? And that allows you to farm without having a lockout champion, you know? You go in Marichka, Siphi, double Taras, and you just destroy. It's so freaking powerful. And if you don't have that and you don't have a lockout, it's definitely much harder than it used to be before. Like, there are not that many options to play around with it, you know. Necret is very essential to keep your Turvold alive. No matter what you would try, a Taras or a different enemy nuker will completely obliterate your nuker if you don't have Necret to keep them alive. So for the very high top of Platinum Arena, Necret is a must 100%, right? Very important. And you see, most of the fights will take me between 1 to 2 minutes. And if you're looking right here at the defense, we have 14 minutes left. Most of the people have the Ukrainian couple in, and then they have kind of like a bit of a variety. UDK is present in, I would say, 99% of those teams. And then it kind of like goes, okay, do we bring a Necret? Do we bring a Siphi? Do we bring a lockout champion? Do we bring something else to make it a bit more interesting, you know? I've seen, for example, in the lower tiers, I mean not tiers, in the lower placement. So let's just say not top 20, not top 30, but top 50 upwards, top 100 upwards. I've seen quite a few people using Lydia, for example, to kind of like go against double Taras, you know, so they don't revive and stuff, which is an interesting idea, but I don't think Lydia fits well in the current meta at the moment, you know. So right here again, Taras is protected by Necret here, Necret on Stone Skin, we have shield on everybody, and I'm like, damn, this is a pretty nasty defense. You see, 1 minute in, and it looks like I've done 0 damage. Very annoying, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a loss right here. This is a loss if I'm not mistaken. My Turvold got provoked there by UDK. And seems like slowly we have the enemy Taras recovering. So that can be pretty dangerous. I will try to get an Necret down. Of course, I won't have enough firepower like that. So even if I'm buffing and stuff like this is going to be pretty hard. Them Marichka recovered from the lockout. So right now, they're back on full HP again. Still not enough firepower to take that Necret down. Very tanky. He's still over 50% HP. That's strengthened on him as well. The first hit going on UDK. And I can say I had plenty of buffs on my Turvold, you know, which is pretty crazy actually. So again, let's try to get him down. I thought that maybe with the ally attack, I will be able to do it. Unfortunately, was not good enough. Right here, we lost the buffs on Turvold. So we lost, was 2 minutes in already, and look at that team, was still on. Moving on to the next fight, we're checking a bit the defense. We see that is not looking very good. You see, actually, Rats found me here with a bomb team, which I was gonna mention in just a bit. So that's actually pretty interesting. I've seen some IPR members using something similar a few weeks ago, and I was actually looking to build it as well, to try it out. I still didn't have a chance to do it, but I might try it for this coming reset. So Suzerain Khatoon might see a bit of a spotlight. I do think that you need to have pretty crazy stats. Like Rats always has like some of the craziest builds you'll see in the game when we are talking about champions. Probably that freaking Astrolith is at 350 to 400 speed and crazy things like this, you know, 200 million attack and other stuff like that. So it's not something that will work for everybody. You don't need to have crazy stats on it. I will give it a go and see how well will play out, but I do think it's a pretty interesting team together with Raka and Suzerain Khatoon. They might see a bit of a spotlight, a bit of love. You see, Double Taras is very, very busted as an offense team. A lot of people using the good old Turvold. It is better with Yumeko because Taras doesn't get to counter attack. You have a bit of more power with Yumeko. You can have more accuracy if needed, more speed, depending on what team you're attacking. They do get to recover faster, but yeah, we're checking the defense, not looking too good, so probably we're gonna have to adjust something. We're gonna change a champion in here to try and stop the bomb team. That's the main thing. And even though we've put, if I'm not mistaken, this time around, I think I used Necret. For whatever reason, it was still not good enough, so we had to change other things. And the main reason why it was not good enough is because that Necret was not in a bolster anymore, you know, so I feel like I definitely need a second Necret. I need a second Necret badly if I kind of like want to go back and forward with changing builds and stuff. It's going to be just more beneficial, you know. Okay, can you disappear from the screen, please? Thank you. And because I didn't have a bolster, it was much easier for them to use bombs against me, you know. So how you've seen, I'm not using the A3 on Turvold on the first hit because I am anticipating that we're gonna hit that reaction. Warlord will drop the turn meter. That's another thing why Yumeko is a bit better in offense than Warlord, because she's not dropping the turn meter on anyone, so you can actually just go in full force and start wrecking them, dealing some solid damage. Right here, I think this is a Rat system that we're attacking. Mad Bob is actually Rats, guys, by the way, for whoever doesn't know. That's why I'm constantly referring to Rats. But when you see a +4 Sifi man and empowered and all the rest of the things, it's pretty nasty. So right here, I've done myself dirty. You see, I'm so used to target whatever champions I want with the single hitters because I know the hit goes to UDK, so it doesn't matter. And sometimes I'm doing it kind of like from a reflex with Necret as well. So instead of targeting UDK right there, I've targeted Sifi, and that polymorphed my Necret, and that made me lose the fight. If no, I would have had a pretty high chance at winning this, but because I kind of like slapped myself in the face by using Necret's A1 on Sifi instead of UDK, that costed me the fight against him here. Maybe I wasn't gonna win it, I'm not 100% sure, but it would have been a much better chance to do it, you know. So here we're gonna go for a different opponent. And yes, pretty much the same sort of defense, guys. You have that freaking Taras in there, kind of like doing the job, you know. Again, A1, it is pretty risky, even with the A1, because a lot of people started using Polymorph on Taras. Now, this was not the case here. He still had Word of the Fallen, but some of them are using that, and it's pretty annoying. Here we got pretty unlucky because that Taras actually got 3%ed on Warlord, so we gotta kill him ASAP. If not, it's dangerous, you know. Like, if we're not killing him, he's gonna use the A2 on my Turvold, and it's game over, you know. You see, I'm not running a Reviver, so here I'm actually, you know what, I'm gonna leave Sifi alone, and I'm quickly gonna go and try to kill that Taras before he recovers, knowing that my Warlord is faster than his Sifi, so he's gonna get to recover the skill right before, and she's not really gonna be the threat, so we have time to kill her, you know. But there are some situations where you get 3%ed, and it's so freaking annoying. Sometimes, for example, their Taras might get polymorphed when you enter the fight, you know, like because of Necret, for example. And if you're locking with Warlord or Yumeko and he's a ship, his skills are not going to be put on cooldown. So when he comes back, he has everything available. So that's so freaking nasty. It's actually very, very nasty when that happens. And it can cost you the fight, basically, you know. So right here, again, I'm not focusing on UDK usually. Mainly it's because, like, if I'm focusing on UDK, maybe somehow I'm getting my Lydia polymorphed, you know, from whatever reason. And I prefer to kill the rest as fast as possible. Because if my Lydia gets polymorphed after Marichka is dead, it doesn't matter. Now, I do tend to use the A1 on him more often than on other champions, you know. It is more likely for him to have higher accuracy, so now the polymorph thing kind of like changed, right? It requires accuracy up to 5-star, so what I'm gonna do from here on, I won't be targeting UDK once the Stone Skin is down, because is a much higher chance for him to land the polymorph on you if they're not at the full 6-star awaken, basically, you know. I think we went for the exact same opponent here, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really paid it. No, actually it's a different opponent because the champions are placed in different spots right there. So we're gonna see what we're doing here. We're taking that Siphi down right there because she can recover pretty fast. If Taras uses the A1, Necret protects our Turvold, so it's not such a big deal, you know. So there we go. From here on, guys, from this reset on coming, right now I wouldn't use my A1 on UDK anymore, right? Because it's very likely that from each one of the teams, UDK will have the highest amount of accuracy. It's just easier to build than the rest, and he needs some accuracy to provoke or do some other shenanigans, so it's definitely gonna be a pretty bad idea, you know. I do have very low accuracy on my Lydia, like it's almost minimal. So we went for Telkaron right there. We're checking the defense. You see, we are getting hit a bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think I changed the defense again, or I wanted to. I can't remember. I know I've put Warlord in at some point, so I'm not sure if I've done it yet or no, or I just wanted to do it. But again, we're gonna drop a lockout here. Stone Skin, Stone Skin, Stone Skin. And the new way of building champions with accessories, guys, once the Hydra Clash is gonna be out, of course, it will take us a little while to gather the accessories for the right factions. Will definitely create some crazy combos, man. Like, it's gonna be pretty damn sick. 100%. I'm already calling it. I'm gonna build my Marichka on Bolster and Stone Skin. Once one turn Stone Skin and Bolster at the same time is gonna be so freaking nasty. Probably other champions too, you know, like you have options. Definitely not UDK. So, how I was mentioning before, right? UDK is in every team. I didn't thought that he's gonna be as impactful, honestly. Like, yeah, I knew he's gonna be strong, but seeing him being at the top of the meta after such a long time is still pretty crazy, right? Like, I know a lot of people were like, well, UDK is not such a great champion, you know. He's good, but he's not that amazing. And look at him after all this time, he's still at the top of the meta. Like, when we had the UDK event, like, it's been probably, what, 8-9 months? If not more than that. And it's crazy that he's still the GOAT, you know. But there we go. Who did we hit here? Okay, so we got Telkaron there again. We're checking a bit the defense. We're checking kind of like where are we in terms of placement. You know, it doesn't look that great because we got hit quite a bit. So we're gonna look to try and catch in a couple of fights. I think for the last fight here, I went on Infinite. I tried to get in a couple more, but the last one didn't went in. It was on a different opponent anyway. But again, Stone Skin on everybody. We're gonna try to get that Taras damaged a bit, you know. The faster we get him down, the better. Seems like he had resistance on that Marichka, or maybe we got 3%ed. I haven't really paid attention at the team power, or I can't really remember it right now, but we're gonna see once the fight is done, and I can come back and do a comment on that. So she was able to quickly heal back. So right now it's pretty pointless if I'm gonna go with the A3, because I'm not gonna be able to kill that target with so many buffs on. And the main issue right here is that my Turvold is slowly getting unprotected, you know, like all the extra turns, the rotations are making him drop the buffs much faster. Again, you see, I'm still using the A1 on another champion just because I'm so used to do it. I had to go and do that right there. If no, it was a very high chance for me to get wrecked, you know. So we're using the A1 before we're buffing Turvold again to keep him protected there. We're gonna heal back, even though I am losing the immunity for the next couple of turns. Whenever I'll need it from Warlord, I needed to heal there, so it was pretty dangerous. We wanted to get that Siphi down ASAP, because again, she can recover pretty fast, so we don't want that to happen. And then slowly just go and kill Taras there, you know. So you see, the average fight takes like 1 minute and something. This was so freaking dangerous here because my Necret got polymorphed from his Taras, and or maybe it was from UDK actually. I'm not 100% sure from which one of the hits went in and which one created a polymorph, because I didn't pay that much attention at the moment. In the moment, sorry, not at the moment. But then we managed to get it safe back on. So let's see. Yeah, so actually we got polymorph probably from Taras or from UDK. The first hit from the ally attack goes on a UDK anyway. The rest go to Taras. So I'm not sure which one of them triggered the polymorph, because I wasn't so spot on to pay attention. But we got the points from here, and these are actually the points that stopped him from winning number 1 there. So again, the defense got pretty hammered, not looking that good, and we didn't manage to drop in another fight. So we're gonna have a bit of a look of what really happened in here. Okay, we got only a few wins, definitely not looking that great. So we gotta step it up a bit. Okay, so that kind of like ended. That's what the top was right there, but I actually didn't record that part. I usually stop it if it's a long break in between the reset and stuff. It took a while, but basically I finished number 24. So it's not the best placement, not the worst either. It is what it is. I feel like there are a lot of things that could possibly be improved in terms of offense. In terms of defense, my defense definitely needs quite a bit of work. I lost, I think, a couple of fights as well, so that was definitely not the best outcome. But hey, at least we're kind of like learning a few things from mistakes. You know, that's why I like to kind of like do these videos and rewatch them while I'm doing it, because I'm actually seeing things that I've done wrong, and it's actually helpful for me. I do suggest you to do it as well if you can, and just have a look at your own reset. It will tell you quite a bit, basically, you know. So right here we're posting a lot of things about Arena, guys, in the Discord. The link is in the description or in the pinned comment if you want to join in. And let me just quickly show you one screenshot, for example. So I know everybody's focused with the current meta on Marichka and Taras, right? So Marichka and Taras would honestly be no problem if Polymorph would not be in the game. Okay, so if Polymorph would not exist, Ramanto will come in and just destroy them. Ronda will come in and destroy them, and many other things could be a thing. Of course, Stone Skin will still be a bit of an issue, but the main thing is Polymorph, right? That's what really stops you from dealing with a couple. And then another thing that stops you dealing with a couple efficiently, like for example using a Rotos or using other champions, is UDK. So UDK is the white champion everywhere here, okay? This is not from this week, this is from like a month ago. But trust me when I'm telling you, absolutely nothing changed. It's still the exact same thing. Maybe what changed is not seeing so many Ukos around. So right here we had 2 Ukos. Maybe you're not seeing 2 Ukos anymore. I feel like UDK is being part of the problem as well, and it's not just Marichka and Taras, because I know that's the main focus when we are discussing about, well, that's the current meta, that's what's happening at the moment, you know. So I feel like there's a bit more to it than that, you know. Now I showed you builds on my champions many times on my offense champions. I can show you again, like Turvold, for example. That's my Turvold right here, looking pretty decent. I actually raised the speed before, I slowed him down again, so that's kind of like where he is. Decent spot, pretty good stats considering that he's empowered, he's a 4-star awakened, so he's got lots on his plate. 8.5k attack, 198 speed, full crit, 363 crit damage. The accuracy is pretty low. You want to have the accuracy as low as possible. Masteries, we have a offense and defense 3. We have a Hand Smasher as tier 6. Retribution, it's not really coming in hand very often, but I wouldn't really take anything from the support tree. Nothing will really benefit me whatsoever. I do have a refresh accessory. Probably you've seen him counterattacking every now and then. That's mainly because of that. When we are talking about other champions, so we had Necret. I feel like Lydia, she's built for the Doom Tower now. I'm replacing the boots, the banner, and the chest piece all the time. But usually she's much slower, very low accuracy, and she's on a shield set, so she has a lot of HP basically. But right now, it's not accurate. I wouldn't use this this in arena. So if you're looking at the total stats, you know, this is something that I wouldn't use, because she has too much accuracy. She's a bit too fast. You don't want her to take too many turns either. And then Necret, I have him on Stone Skin at the moment. A couple of reaction accessories. Total stats, almost 120k HP, 4.8k defense, 189 speed, and no resistance. And I haven't went crazy on the accuracy either. But that's something that I need to change for the next reset, because now Polymorph will require a bit of accuracy. It's not really going to be very impactful in the very high top, and the reason for it is because most of them, what I'm fighting, they have 6-star Polymorph on most of the champions. 6-star, 6-star, 4-star. So most of them will be at 6-star or 5-star. So I can put a bit of accuracy on my champions as well, but it is going to be a bit different. I don't think it's going to be very impactful though, and mainly you see a lot of them are at 6 stars. But that was all for this video, guys. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.